That's awesome. So what actually do you guys what you head the organization? Is it a nonprofit or what do you actually what do you
For 2 years I ran Yeezy, Kanye West's company. So I ran all of his music and fashion and everything else, and worked with John Monopoly very closely.
Yes.
And so he and I still do some work together. We still run, we still kind of. I think it looks like we're going to be doing a tour coming up. It's exciting. So I also have a firm where we do two things: artist management, and then kind of crisis PR and government relations, public affairs. So if somebody needs a pardon, or they need quickly to get a hotline to the president, or they need something quickly from somewhere in the Republican world, then we can get it for them very fast.
Okay.
So that bit of the firm is the sort of the pardons and the crisis management is the bit of the firm that I'm thinking of activating for the gentleman we've been discussing.
Okay.
And so we have very good and excellent connections all the way through the White House and elsewhere in the party to put the best possible case forward,
Yes. Sounds good. Sounds good. Well, just want to give you a couple of key points and not hold you long. As you may know, as we previously discussed, can you hear me well?
Yes, I can.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm down in Miami now. But as the key points I needed to make concerning Mr. Hoover was that let me explain myself, my position. We have a nonprofit called Strong Overcoming Unique Leaders, where we produce and take inner city, I would say young men and older men, transition them back into society. And we've been doing that nonprofit for quite some time now, and it's really been very impactful. In fact, we partner with several organizations in Charlotte, in North Carolina this year to change the blue state of North Carolina to red, and partner with Black Men for President Trump. And so we were very huge advocate on that part. And we represent the Strong Overcomer Unique Leaders Soul Train, which I'm the president and the senior pastor of Abundant Faith. I necessarily doesn't represent Mr. Hoover's family, but I speak well and wanted to embellish his case because I thought it was quite interesting. Several reasons. Mr. Hoover has done over 50 years in prison.
Right.
And as I was stating, there's a lot of Black men that has no voice, and even the scripture tells us to be the voice for those without a voice. And I think Mr. Hoover's case should be found to have some type of voice. He has co-defendants that has been charged with murder or whatever, and they have been released. But yet Mr. Hoover has never been charged with murder or anything of that nature. And last hearing, a judge asked him an erroneous question, well, how many murders are you really responsible for? Well, that was kind of egregious because he was never convicted of killing anyone. And
he seems to have gone away. Sorry to interrupt you, but he seems to have gone away because of who he is,
yes,
rather than anything he did.
Yes.
And given that such an enormous amount of time has passed, and given that the president has expressed an interest in making good connections with and showing good faith to Black America.
Yes.
He's an older white guy, so some of the ways he has expressed himself in the past have perhaps been clumsy.
Right.
And he's not maybe spoken in the most eloquent way about certain bits of the community, and I think he's anxious to rather than just to say more, to show that he sort of understands this kind of thing, and wants people to sort of understand that if he uses the wrong words sometimes or whatever, that it's that it's not in his heart.
Right.
And I think this is the kind of thing that might play very well, because it seems like Mr. Hoover is away because of who he is, and that's something that the kind of militarized, politicized prosecutions is obviously something very close to Donald Trump's heart in light of January 6th. And so this strikes me as something that we could really make a good go of.
Okay. Yes, he's absolutely a political prisoner. People are using his name that he doesn't even know, never been affiliated with, that wasn't actually even born when he was sentenced. And so how could you charge a man in such thing? He's absolutely a political prisoner. And then he's been alleged lies and saying he's running a criminal enterprise. Well, if he's running a criminal enterprise, that would be a straight indictment on the warden there in Colorado, where there's a super max. Anytime he makes a phone call, there's a guard there that's sitting there, and they hear and listen to his voicemails. It's just humanly impossible to do such a thing.
To tell you the truth, I mean, I don't care if he has been, precisely as you say, if he's running some vast criminal enterprise from the supermax jail, they got bigger problems than Mr. Hoover.
Exactly,
as you correctly say. So, I think, you say political prisoner. That's exactly the phrase that we're thinking about at the moment. So, the two people that are pertinent to this, one is Pam Bondi, who's going to be the new Attorney General, who is best friends with my business partner. And the other one is Harmeet Dillon, who is going in as one of the attorneys responsible for civil rights. Now, her first civil rights means something a little bit different under the Trump administration, of course. So it means what we're used to for civil rights. It also means January 6th, because Trump considers January 6th to be an injustice on a similar kind of related vein to some of the historical injustices that have been more race-based. Right. They'll still include the racial stuff. And Harmeet Dillon is a friend of mine, and I've worked with her for 10 years. So I have direct access to precisely the lawyers in the administration that would make this decision and would make the recommendation to the president about Mr. Hoover. So we can construct this case together, I think. The particulars and the details and everything can be a matter of discussion. And all I can tell you is that I can definitely put it right on the desk in person of the exactly correct two people.
Yes. So that's all we ask for.
From there, I have no control over, but we can make the strongest possible case to exactly the right two people. That I know I can do for you.
I really appreciate that, and I also I sit on the board of bishops of the largest Pentecostal denominations in the U.S. and we're 6 million strong, and like I said, we helped turn North Carolina red, and I'm excited. So I want to offer my service to you as a voice, as a herald in the Black community, particularly the Black church, which is a strong entity, for President Trump to be a voice to try to cause some healing and unity. So please feel free to pass my number, my name, and any staff or work.
Maybe what we'll do is, I'm sorry to keep interrupting you. Maybe what you're just giving me ideas as you're talking. Maybe what we'll do is I'll recommend that you come into the Oval Office and say hi as part of the process. Of advocating for Mr. Hoover, and then you'll get the opportunity to say hey to the president, and then we can introduce you to a couple of people, and then you'll be off. You won't need me anymore. You'll have the direct connects there, and when they need or they want something from that particular slice of the community, they'll know who to call. Okay.
Well, I really appreciate that, and I appreciate your time
to present the notes and maybe to speak at the unveiling of this thing. So I will keep you posted about my movements, because I think I think DC is going to be the best place for us to meet, isn't it?
Well, that'd be wonderful. And if you want me to come to DC, I can just get on the plane, come next week, or whatever you have me do. If they need me to pray or anything, I'm available. And just let me know. I think
it's going to be the best spot, because I'm in Los Angeles. I think when I come over for meetings in DC, I think that's going to be the closest to you that I get.
Oh, that's wonderful. Let me know when you want to come. I can come meet you next DC if I have to next week.
For sure. I will let you know the moment I have travel plans, okay?
I appreciate it.
All right.
Thank you,
is
sir.
there anything else that we need to cover today?
No, that's about it. I appreciate your time and consideration.
Brilliant. Well, listen, thanks for being patient with me. I know there hasn't been any movement, practically speaking, since we last discussed, but I think over the next couple of weeks we can make a serious dent in this project. In the meantime, what will be very helpful, I'm going to text you my email address. What will be helpful in the meantime is anything you could send me about Mr. Hoover, any kind of, if you have anybody that could kind of throw together well, first of all, a list of the things that of any legal cases with their reference numbers, sort of what he was the case that convicted him, if anything else has been thrown at him while he's been in there, and then maybe if there's I did read the letter that you sent, which is very good. But if there's anything else like that, any other materials whatsoever, because we're going to have to, in order to get somebody like that out, we're going to have to throw the net very far and wide.
Yes.
And get letters of recommendation, endorsement, and praise from everybody under the sun that we possibly can. Everyone's going to have to pull out all the stops, call in every favor, and get everybody they know to send in letters. And at least 3 to 5 of those letters have got to be from people that the president has heard of.
That'd be awesome. That'd be awesome.
So most of that heavy lifting is going to fall on you and members of his family.
Yes.
Because you're going to be the ones who know who he knows and who will advocate for him.
Yes.
Okay.